2027 Storm Track weather with Chief Meteorologist John Ziegler.
The warnings continue here. We've got a winter storm warning for pretty much all of Wisconsin. It's the ice storm warning we've been focused on. A lot of sleet has been moving over the ice, which is really good. Obviously, sleet bounces off of power lines. Freezing rain sticks to power lines, and you can see the ice storm warning is in effect for all those counties touching Illinois. I continue to say this. I've had a lot of questions about this today. You know, what's the difference from freezing rain to sleet? If you hear the ice pellets hitting the ground, if you hear anything, it's not freezing rain. Freezing rain is silent. It is regular rain, it just freezes on contact. So it's actually worse, way worse when you don't hear it, but it's raining outside. So if there's sleet going on, that's great. That'll give you some traction in the ice storm warning. If it's starting to rain again in Janesville, that's not good. How uncommon are these? We talked about it yesterday. You want to take this seriously? Well, here's why. Last ice storm warning, 2018, almost exactly 5 years ago. You go to 2013, 5 years, and then 4 years. So it's safe to say they happen every 4 or 5 years. Very uncommon. That's why we take it seriously, especially main concern is going to be trees over power lines and some power outages and travel. Winds right now are whipping up there. We got them at around 30 pretty much everywhere, and these could get up to 35, 40 as the low comes in. Now the lows still got to move through. I've got the Doppler radar on, so that's why you see this. There is precipitation back here. You just can't see it. It's coming into our Doppler. I want to show you this because it's a ginormous mess from Chicago up to Madison. We got everything in between. As you look at Janesville, this is my biggest concern. Number one reason is because there's just so much precipitation there. There's less precip in Cuba City today, and you can see that right here, so the impacts are a little lower. Little break coming in here, and that might actually move up towards the Dells, so things will lighten up a little bit. Where do we have the heaviest precipitation and the most icing? Janesville, and then over towards 43 Elkhorn on your way up towards Milwaukee. That has been really the spot this time for icing at this moment. It doesn't mean we can't pick up ice in Monroe, because we will, but you're a little bit lower than Beloit and Janesville. Back to the snow line. Madison is in that sleet. It's pretty much been sleet for the past 2.5 hours. So if you're a snow lover, we've had about 1.5 inches of sleet. That would turn into about 5 inches of snow. So it's pretty much over there for picking up big snow in Madison. But as you get to Sauk City North, this is all snow or graupel or sleet, but it is adding up. Viewers are showing us about 5 inches now in the Dells, and probably a little bit higher as you get up towards Westfield, going to be around 6, 7. And this just keeps climbing here. Talking about that ice accumulation, you see all these ice reports that I was talking about. This is 0.3 back at 234. So we've had 0.3 inches already significant icing, and that's in Janesville. I've heard it from viewers. You guys are telling us it's going to sleet a little bit on and off, which is good. I do think it's going back to some freezing rain, so we'll see how high that number climbs. We do not want to see it over 0.5. That's kind of that magic number with damage. Tracking it out here tonight. Continue the same wave through 9 o'clock, right through the heart of the viewing area. I do think things taper off a little bit overnight. We'll see it just turn over to more of a freezing drizzle or light precip, and then the main low comes in at 3. Now the main low should push most of the snow to central Wisconsin. We get left alone for most of the morning, but when you get to Madison, north and west, especially the Dells again, you might get hit for a second round on Thursday. Snow accumulations, not much from Madison south. Baraboo's already on your way to about that 4, 5, 6, so there's going to be a quick gradient in here. And then 6 to 10 plus as you get up towards Camp Douglas Montello. That should be easy to hit. Toma hit 6 last night, so we should easily be able to get to that 8, 9 mark when you get north of the Dells. Icing has been a problem. 0.1 closer to Monroe, Janesville, over towards Milwaukee. I think we're on our way to 0.5. Hopefully it stays there or less. We do not want to get it over 1/2 inch. This weekend we thawed out a little. It's not warm necessarily. I think we're going to see rain actually on Monday. Kind of missed that next snowstorm on Monday. It'll be a rain event. But all in all, looks like it's exactly what we thought would happen. So hopefully everybody, I will say, National Weather Service was way out ahead of this thing.
Yeah.
Nobody was caught off guard. This is probably the earliest warnings I've ever seen. So kudos to them and just everybody involved.
Yeah, kudos to you for keeping us all week and updated.
Takes 2 to tango, so National Weather Service,
There's a lot of work that goes into it.
We appreciate it. Oh, yes. Yeah. It's fun and crazy.